Hi there, Loy Machedo. Speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who is Loy Machedo? Think Personal Branding. Okay. Uh, this is, I think, going to be the first time that I'm actually going to report an incident that has taken place here where I stay. I normally do not like to give news that happens, where I stay or people, in the country that I live in, primarily because being an expat, one is you don't want to offend anyone who is a citizen because always the citizen has more rights than the expat. Okay, by default, most of the countries. The second is the reason I don't like to give local news is because uh, you know, you just don't know how people might react if you talk about someone. Let's say, even if the news is true, you can get someone who gets offended, or you can get someone who might take things in their own hands. And, you just don't know. There are people from so many different parts of the world who are coming here from United States, from Germany, France, Africa. You just don't know. And I've learned one thing, that it's better to speak on topics which are, um, more on the safer side to speak, or international, rather than on individuals. But this is one incident that has happened here where I stay, and it has caused quite a lot of concern, disturbance, or people are just really shocked about what happened. One was that Thai incident where that ex-police officer went on a rampage, killing small little children. So that was quite shocking for the entire nation. And because it was published in the media, I said, okay, fine, we can talk about it. And it was a global event. But this incident that happened was not a global event, it was a very local event. And the shocking thing is, it has happened near my house. It has happened very near my house. Okay, so this is the links are put down below. You can have a look at the reference. I'll be reading out from THAIGER, THAIGER, THAIGER.com. Okay, so I'll not read out the names, just my preference, even though it is published openly. I'll not read out the names, but I'll give you a gist of the incident. I'll not read everything. Now, I have seen the actual video footage. There were around two of them, but obviously I didn't store or keep them. So one was what is published online, the other one was an amateur footage. Now, in this video, what has happened is, from where it was captured, there was a Thai individual and two foreigners. You could make out they're foreigners because they normally go without a shirt, or obviously they have a very white complexion. So a Thai as well as foreigners. And the video starts from where they are both, hitting each other or fighting. And before you know it, uh, uh, at one frame, they show the foreigner fall down, and then he stands up again, and again they're punching and hitting and kicking. And this time the foreigner hits the Thai person, gives a high kick, and the next one is he punches him in the head, and he falls down. Now, for people to get angry and fight, and um, I'm not a very big fan. As you know, I've never in my life, I've never even punched someone. I just don't know. Maybe in the college days or school days, you know how it is. So I don't even know how to punch. So I'm not a big fan of fighting. And I've also known through my experiences that when people fight, yes, it's very macho. We like to see boxing, we like to see Muay Thai, we like to see MMA. But when it happens in real life now, things can happen. Like, you can break a part of your body, or you can end up hitting someone somewhere where a permanent damage can take place. Let's say an eye, or breaking the nose, or something like that, or the tooth. So here, what happened is, I'm very, very sure, neither party was looking at harming each other where someone would die or someone would have permanent injury. Nobody. I don't. This is just what my opinion. I don't think there is anybody who wants to permanently injure someone. Yes, when we get angry, we want to hit and shout and fight and all that. But nobody wants to permanently injure anyone. Like even when we have children, or let's say our spouse or our relatives, we might fight, we might shout, and very rarely do people start physically hitting each other, throwing things or slapping. But I know for a fact nobody wants a permanent injury, like a fracture or a broken bone or all that. So when an injury does take place, it is not because they really wanted, but it happened because things went out of control. I so vividly remember in Dubai, there was this a Filipino and Indian. They were trying to get a parking spot near St. Michael's Church, not sorry, St. Mary's Church, that is in Dubai. And the thing is, there is a parking road where you go in, you drive in, and then you come out. So it's a long road in and long road out. And then cars park this way, cars park this way, both the sides. So they go one round to check, did I get in parking? Then they go another round to check. So sometimes it's a drive round, round, round. So in this, what happened was, I think an Indian and Filipino, they were both going around. And then before you know it, there was a common parking space where either one could go forward or one could reverse backward. So this time, the Indian, I think it was the Indian who managed to get the parking slot. And the Filipino was nearby, so he got angry and he said, "No, this is my parking spot." And then the Indian and the Filipino both were arguing, and both are family people, and both wanted to go to church. And before you know it, they both started shouting, screaming, and the next thing you know, they exchanged fists, and the Filipino hit the Indian guy on the head. He fell down, and he died. And well, as per UAE law, the UAE laws applied, and he had to pay blood money, and his family life got ruined. His job, he lost his job. The Indian guy, they lost the bread earner of the family. So it was a disaster for both the families. Now over here, what has happened is um, the the Thai person, he was fighting with these two Frenchmen, and it was at 9 p.m. And the Thai person was 47 years old. The Frenchman was one was in his 30s, 34. The other one was 28, and he punched him, and the guy fell down, and now he's in a coma. He didn't know. He just fell down, and he thought, okay, finish, fight is over. So they drove off in their Porsche. They were driving a luxury car, and they drove off. The Thai person was on his bike. Now, if you read the story of what has happened, is the Thai man had gone to pick up his wife. She works as a cleaner in one of these places, and he picked her up. And apparently, they were just admiring the car because it's a luxury car. And I don't know, maybe, I'm just saying, I don't know, okay? Maybe, when you drive, you like to overtake, and sometimes you like, when a person comes too close, you honk. Maybe something like that did happen. Um, and before you know it, there was like a red signal, or they had to stop. So they stopped, and this Frenchman got out. Maybe he was having a bad day. And the Thai guy, he stopped. He thought maybe you wanted to ask him directions. And before you know it, they both were, they got into the fight. And that's where this tragedy took place. Now, I'm just trying to think. Okay, I'm just trying to think. Just imagine the Thai lady. This is a husband who works. He's a delivery guy, and now she not only has to suffer the tragedy of the bread earner of the family in a hospital in ICU. There's someone she loves. It's her husband. What she must be going through, what the family must be going through, and that emotionally, mentally, financially, it's terrible. And now on the other hand, you have that French guy who is 34, which is still young, and another guy who's 28, and they are millionaires. They should be rich because obviously having a Porsche in Thailand. It's not cheap. Now just imagine that at his age, 28, when you and I were 28 or 30, I mean, we have a whole life ahead of us. Yes, we are hot headed, and, you know, your life is, I mean, we don't know how long he's going to be jailed. We just don't know. We don't know how the laws will uh, apply. And then on top of that, you have, obviously, you'll have to pay money. You'll have to pay money to the family, compensation law. We don't know how long he'll be jailed. And that also because now it's a national issue. It's all over Thailand. But then it will impact his life. It will impact his business. It'll impact his personal life, everything. Now, overall, if you look at it, and look, I'm not feeling, I'm not, I'm, because I don't know what exactly happened. I'm actually feeling bad for both the sides. Why? Because now here you have three families. One is that man who's in the ICU, his family. You have the Frenchman number one, his family. Frenchman number two, his family. Three families. Now they have to undergo this tragedy, this event. And I'm very sure none of them meant for it to go this way. None. Nobody wants. Nobody wants. Normal working class people, nobody wants this tragedy. It's really so sad. And when I think about it, it's like, come on, man. It's like, why? Why this had to happen? My only message to you through this video is it's not to say he is at fault or he's at fault. I don't know. I'm being honest with you. I don't know. But I really feel so sad for all of them. It's a tragedy for everyone. It's terrible. And now the only thing is now the law will operate, and each one will get what the law decides. If I had to give you a message through this video, it would be just to ask you, is road rage worth it? Doing something at the impulse. You just feel like, I want to get back. Like people say, oh, if you're macho, or come on, prove it. And this is what happens. Yes, sometimes we see fights happening on YouTube and all that. Oh, it's entertaining. But one accident, one misstep, and your life is destroyed. And now here you have three lives, three people's lives. One was in his 40s, nearly coming to his 50s, who has a family, and you have two young men. It's just sad what has happened. Anyway, I just wanted to give my thoughts, and I hope that if there's anyone out there who gets to see this video, my message to you is, please, when there's road rage, cool, calm, composed. When I was young, yes, even I did have road rage. Thankfully, I got put behind bars for 1 hour because it was a Emirati. I was in UAE. So I think that made me realize you're not so gutsy as you think you are. They'll put you in jail. And I never wanted to go to jail. Anyway. So this is my message to you. Please don't take the law in your hands. Don't lose your temper. Don't allow road rage to really dictate terms. Sometimes it's better to go slow, and sometimes it's better to say sorry and end it. Anyway, that's all I want to say. And let me know what are your thoughts. Comment down below. I'd love to read what you have to say. You guys take care.